Hello, I'm Anders. This is the session 18 of Stars in the Dark, a reskin of Blaze in the Dark. You all know this. If you don't, watch the first episode. Yeah, I'll start by going over some of the wishes I noted from last time, and maybe some have are from previous sessions as well. And feel free to add to these and some specific, because I don't have, I didn't, I failed to note all the details on storylines in particular, but here are the ones I have. We wanted to keep the tension high. I hope we can keep that up. Resolve some of the storylines. I think there was mention of the assassin and some Celine, I think, was in there as well. But feel free to add more to that. I'll just go through my points first. Rich wants Bria to find out that Etma is considering turning herself in.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Emphasis on being bad guys, that you are bad people, which you're kind of leaning into recently. And from some ways back, we had interest in scenes with Thierry and or Maxa after their ordeals. And that we'll see what happens with that. Cool. So does anyone want to add anything to that? Anything they want to emphasize this session? No? Cool. Then I guess we'll get going. Bade has done both her downtime activities. Etma has done one. Bria and Boko haven't done either of theirs. Etma still has one left to go. I think probably most of this session, if not all of this session, will be downtime. You haven't really angled towards a job yet, and you have you have plenty of stuff going on. But I think towards the end of this session, we should probably know what kind of job you're going for. But I know that some of the things that are going on will play into that. So we'll see where we end up. I don't want to rush anything because we're in a pretty intense situation for the crew, and I want to give you full ability to play out what's going on. What happened last session was that Boko and Bria set up a meeting with Tor Bracken, leader of the rebels, by convincing his lieutenant Molatebs that the Black Sun assassin is after Tor. So you're meeting him out in the gardens, the eel farms and the mushroom farms and that sort of thing that provides most of the food here. And that's in just a few hours. You had pretty short warning there. Celine called up Boko and said that, and they had a conversation. She's now leaving StreetSec. She's trying to get to her Hut Cartel beneficiaries, and someone was following her. She wasn't too worried about that. Zori sent a message through Freeze Mop that she's under surveillance by Black Sun. They were visited by a very serious woman with some thugs. And since they are indirectly Zori's supplier of drugs, which he sells, that's kind of a problem for her. Let's see, what else? Telda sent Snot to Bade to note that she had been picked up for questioning, but nothing serious. And Roslyn, Bria's aunt, was questioned by Corsec, not StreetSec, but Corsec. She was very upset about this. She had a rather animated conversation with Bria, and she may be trying to take Bria's child away. Yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, you know that Lydra's place, Lydra, your former contact, your former fixer, her place is watched by StreetSec. You managed to slip in and out of there without too much trouble, but you know, that's a thing too. So I think where we are is that Boko and Bria are on their way back from Lydra's place behind the laundromat. You used her comms equipment to talk to Mola. You tried to record that conversation, and you failed. You think, but it turns out there is a recording left on the actual comm station. You just thought that you, because you realized there was surveillance and something good info. Yeah. Cool. So I think we'll start with Bria and Boko. You're heading back, and I figure maybe some way on the way you will pass the StreetSec station where Etema is pacing, or at least spot her from a distance. Does that sound cool for you, Rich? Excellent. So you're on your way back. The foundry is much more quiet than it's been the last few weeks. There are no demonstrations, no street fighting the way it's been. There are no stormtroopers here anymore. They pulled back a while back, or pulled out way back, some time back. But there are heavy StreetSec patrols with military vehicles that they have received from the garrison. So it's a rather oppressive mood in the foundry, but things are, for the moment, fairly quiet.
So you're pacing in front of a StreetSec station, is that correct?
Say that 5 times really fast.
You're selling something, selling spice by the StreetSec station.
selling spice by the seashell in front of the StreetSec. I blew it. Yes, that is what Etema is doing. I imagine Etema maybe has actually had the wherewithal to put on a coat, but her bald head is super obvious.
Who notices her first? You, Boko, or me?
Probably me. I'm definitely.
Right. Then you lead the segment.
Yeah, and then I'll just like nudge Bria, just like that. It looks like Etema.
What?
I mean,
she shouldn't be out. She wouldn't be out. That's her.
Maybe I try to get her attention by like have a laser sight or something on a blaster. Like blaster's not on, of course, but just shining the like little laser, like try and catch her eye.
Oh, as soon as it does, Edmund dives out of the way into a roll, comes up looking around. Okay. And she hustles over. And I think Bria immediately notices Enema has no weapons on her.
Huh.
What's going on? What are you doing here?
You guys are back early? Everything okay?
Yeah.
No.
It's good. No.
Nothing's okay.
Yeah, I know.
We set up a meeting with Toro Bracken. We're worried that the assassin is after him.
We are?
Yeah. We got a tip off from who did we talk to the assassin? Is that Zori?
Zori's. Someone spoke for Zori. I didn't write it down though.
Yeah.
Yeah, free small.
Yeah, we got a tip off from Freeze Mob.
Okay. Does it look good? Like, will he take us in?
I don't know that he's in a position to do that. I feel like he's in as much or more danger than we are.
Edema, do you not have a weapon?
I mean, it's all back at the. Listen,
I've seen you forget your wallet, but you never forget your gun.
I didn't forget it. I left it behind. I mean,
Do you need one? I've got an extra.
no. I'm here to do a thing.
Oh, you got a job.
I found us a way out.
Oh, do you need help?
No. Somebody's got to take the fall for this. They're never going to stop coming. And I know
So who
what
do you
they
have
do.
in mind?
I know what they do to ex-cops, Boko. And they take your kid away, Bree.
You're not talking about Bait, are you?
No. Somebody's got to, they got to be able to pin it on. Look at Bade. Bade's got potential, but she hasn't been with us. It's got to be me.
That was not what I was expecting to hear.
Are
Like
you
a douche,
maybe, but
have you been paying carking attention, Boko? I always have your back.
yeah, but if you're inside, how are you going to have our back after that?
They'll stop looking for you guys.
The cops will.
That's a major problem.
That's a major problem.
Tell me it's not a good idea.
Are you out of your carking mind? No. If we can't fix this with Tor, then we lay low. We find another place to be. We don't commit suicide. We don't give them what they want. They can't win. We can't let them win.
I don't want them to take you down.
Look, maybe we should be having this conversation somewhere else because there are people listening everywhere. Let's just step away and think about it a little bit before we do anything. They could be recording us right now for all we know.
You guys sure you don't want this?
No. I mean, yes, for sure. We don't want it. I don't want it. Do you want it, Bria?
It's wrong. It's not what we do. We're family. We're not. No.
Yeah, even if it would solve more than like a quarter of our problems, still we would find a different way. We got your back too. And we can't have your back if you're inside. Or we could, but we'd have to go into, and that'll be a bad place.
It's divided by gender anyway. And at that, I think Edema, a lot of the tension in her shoulders relax, and her one functioning eye wells up with tears. I was gonna do it. I just need a minute, that's all. If you guys are sure, I'll stay. But if it changes and this is all we've got left, I'll do it, okay?
Do you not see how their tyranny has warped your mind into this insanity? This is their fault. We would not do that to you. We do not expect that of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking away from the station. Be just like, follow me. We got to get away from here. This is not a good place for us.
Yeah, Edema will be ready to take off.
And I guess like Bria like is following, but just a little couple steps back. And she's just, I don't know what kind of cell phone kind of, she's checking with the droid at her house that her kid is okay. She's like a simple check-in, like, binary, yes or no kind of thing.
Everything is fine here, Mr. Squia.
No one's come by.
Not today. No, not since you were here last.
Okay. Thank you.
Anish, how much time do we have to, minus travel time, to the meetup?
A couple of hours.
Okay.
You have time to discuss and plan and that sort of thing. I don't want to. I probably shouldn't have said a specific number of hours or that sort of thing. But it's you have some time, but it's later today.
Cool.
Just one game mechanical thing I want to be very clear on. When someone gets incarcerated, that drops your wanted level one step. It doesn't clear your wanted level.
Oh,
Yeah.
It does clear your heat, but it drops your wanted level one step. It doesn't remove it completely.
damn.
Yeah, I just in case I wanted to be sure in case it happens, because it's a big difference.
I'd like it to be, if I had a choice in it, that NPCs that go to jail for you, you get one level, but PCs like that loss has to mean a lot so that you can get all of your stuff or more, like 2 levels or something. I don't know, but
yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
That's just me.
Is it one of the core crew or is it someone?
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
I'm always hacking.
Yeah. But it's also, I mean, if you're at wanted level 2, you're in prison for several months, and that means the character is out of commission for a while, but it's not like they're not permanently gone. It's just that it's been climbing up there. That's what's making it also so dangerous. Because otherwise, if you've been in this situation at wanted level 2, then sure, Etoma going away for a few months, that would have been, or I would have viewed that as a reasonable. That would have been a reasonable option. But
Got it.
Right now, it's pretty rough. Yeah, cool. While you're getting back to your headquarters, Boko, you get call on your comms from Celine.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry, I need to check. Yeah. Oh, Officer Padora,
So formal.
Yes, I have set up the meeting you were interested in with with my benefactors, but they're concerned about your associates. They want you to come alone.
They want me to come alone.
Yes, I've really gone out on a limb here. I vouch for you.
What
don't know
exactly
why.
are their concerns about my associates?
They're volatile. But you
Yeah.
can keep your cool. They're more comfortable dealing with just you for now, obviously.
So they understand this is a package deal, right?
Yes, of course. They just it's just the preliminary meeting. They just want to talk to you.
Do they have a place in mind?
Yes. There's an old warehouse in check the map, in the fish market near the Warrens, and she gives you an address.
Mhm.
It has to be soon. Before
Is this a out of the way private place or someplace where someone who got disappeared would be noticed? Am I walking into a trap?
No, it's safe. And I think you may want to roll something.
Yeah.
Here. I think this is kind of I think this is more of a resistance roll, actually.
Okay.
Insight.
Much
probably.
better. I'll take it. Yeah. So that's 5 dice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, okay.
Sounds good.
This is maybe a weird way to do it, but I think this feels like it makes more sense.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6. And
Yeah.
a couple ones.
Yeah, but you get counterized. Yeah, she is obviously flustered. You're pretty sure she's lying in some way. You're not sure what part is a lie, but she's not telling you the whole truth.
Tell them I'll meet them at a place of my choosing, and I'll let you know when. And I just hang up.
Yeah, cool. I'm just going to make a quick roll here. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You get back to the headquarters. I assume that's where you're going. You want to have some kind of discussion. Or Bria and Boko, you've told Etma about the meeting with Tor.
Yeah.
So,
I think first, like, immediately look to make sure that Bade is there and hasn't tried something stupid too.
Yeah, well, what kind of stupid thing would I try? No.
Yeah, I mean, just want to make sure you're not going to turn yourself into the cops or something to try and save us, or something like really dumb like that.
Now, didn't Etema and I have that discussion down in the sewers? I think I try to cover it up really well, but I think I glanced at Etema and then back. And I'm like, no, who would do that?
Nobody would do that. It's not time for a move like that.
Yeah, it's pretty reckless.
Yeah, since you're kind of in lockdown, I guess the rest of the gang is there as well, the ones who are left. So that's Gita, Iggy, Esnada, Victavi, and Janusz.
And Morn.
I don't think Morn's there.
Okay,
He's not really part of the gang per se. He's the one who got out.
Mhm.
For
Off at
now,
a
at least.
monastery or something.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think we said last time he's planning a pilgrimage.
Right.
So yeah, but he's still here. He hasn't left, but he's in the Keldor enclave or yeah.
I think, but like after kind of like asking Bade that, I kind of like set a little bit something off, and since everyone else is there, kind of just like looks around, is like, anyone else want to go? Anyone else want to turn themselves in to save us? Because if you want out, that's the way out. Say it now.
I think Iggy kind of looks around like if he's expected to give himself up, but, and kind of moves one of his hands. His hand jerks a bit as he moves it towards his blaster because now he's kind of worried.
Like, good, we're all in this together. We're all in this together now. Agreed?
I think Janusz and Tiki Tavi actually have like like one of those silent, loud conversations, real quick. And when they're done, they turn and they nod their heads slowly, like a reluctant yes.
Yeah,
So-
Gita is yeah. I'm in, and Esnada, she just nods.
All right then.
So, what's the plan?
Oh, I don't have a plan. We have a meeting with Tor Bracken. I think it's better if we keep it light. He's in trouble, and we're gonna go see if we can do anything. That's about it.
As she kind of snorts, really think we're in a position to help him with all the trouble that's coming down on us?
Not really, but burning fewer bridges is probably better now.
I'm sure if we team together that, we can protect each other and, we'll be harder to take down. That's a great idea. Yeah, they can protect us.
Yeah, okay, whatever you think will work.
So I just want to say on the jobs tab on row 10, I think this is definitely what Bree is thinking about right now. Kidnapping someone close to the commissioner. Like that's her style. That's how she would take it to the next level. So I'm just putting that on the table. I'm pulling that out.
Yeah, I think it's Boko's got in the back of his mind the selling the artifact will at least get rid of some heat as well, or at least get us some cash so we can pay for some stuff to help out, if nothing else. And
Yeah.
now that Morn is not here, it's less of a like it's a nice to have, not a must have. It's a P3.
If that artifact isn't that important, then can't we trade it? Do the Imperials want it, or we could trade it to them and in exchange for looking the other way.
How do we feel about trading with the Empire?
I hate that idea.
Yeah, and
What?
talking
Seconded.
about burning bridges with the rebels. That's I don't think Tor would appreciate that. If he found out, you could try to keep it from him. But
Oh yeah, you're right. I think that, you know, I think when we bring up Tor and the rebels, I think that Bade just looks embarrassed and is like, "You're right, sorry."
That's all right. There's a lot of complicated relationships to keep track of. But maybe Lighter knows someone? Question mark.
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't catch that.
The contact is Lighter a question mark? Don't know
Yeah,
if she might be able to hook
you
us up with someone.
tried to get a hold of Lydra. She wasn't in her place.
Right.
And I think you found out that she was picked up by StreetSec. Question.
Maybe Maxa could find some use for it. I don't know. Anyone but the imps, though. I mean, or Street Sec, I guess.
What about that witch? Isn't there a witch?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
There
Mm,
is
Horror the Witch.
the witch. She was one of the people who was interested in getting the artifact. She wasn't
she's from the
directly
Warrens.
involved in the
Yeah.
situation when you grabbed it from Maxa, to be
Right,
to be
right.
clear.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, but selling the artifact doesn't really get us out of heat unless we're able to make, you know, the imps think that maybe she's the one who was behind all of this and not us.
I
I
like
know
the way you think.
we just need the money. Don't make it that complicated. We need the money for the next job. And Bria starts talking about like her idea, the kidnapping. And
Yeah, the commissioner. He's the commissioner of StreetSec in this sector. What the map covers, basically. So if you get to him, then you'll definitely be safe from StreetSec for the foreseeable future, at least, depending on how you handle things. But he can call off StreetSec. Full on.
so there's
Yeah.
a planning table, and Bria has, you know, like step 1, sell the artifact. Step 2, kidnap the person. Step 3, question marks at for profit.
Oh, step 0, meet with Tor.
Right.
Edema, what do you think?
I am a fan of getting to the commissioner. I also wonder if we should maybe earn a few creds, maybe get Teary up to the specialist. That should be a quick one. We could peel off just a couple of us to do that. I would do it. I could bring Bait along.
Yeah, we'd make a good team.
Yeah, you two can take care of that while Boko and I take care of Tor.
Yeah. I like the sound of that.
With this commissioner job, I think that's a
Yeah.
good idea, Bree.
Agreed.
Right. Agreed.
But we haven't answered Bates' question, which is a good question. What are we trying to get out of selling this artifact? To get the heat out from under us, and whatever creds we get is just bonus?
I think it's 50-50, right? Because someone's looking for it, and when they find it, they're gonna come right here.
Okay, so it's like a yard sale.
Yeah. Yeah, and creds are not
A fu-
bad to have.
A fire sale, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, no.
A live grenade sale.
I've heard really bad stories about that witch lady, though. I mean, she's bad news. So,
So she should be able to take care of herself.
heard she. Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna deal with her, I heard she like takes kids and changes them into stuff. It's yeah.
What?
Are you worried?
I'm not a kid anymore. No.
Well, there you go.
What?
And clear also, you're on the same tier as Hera, so it's she probably can't give you the full price that maybe you're looking for. Is but that depends on how important it is that you get the credits and how important it is that you get rid of the artifact. And getting rid of the artifact, that's kind of not the current problem. That's kind of a future problem with Anathan looking for you. He hasn't found you yet, but yeah, it will help stave off that at least. And I think the garrison suspects you have something because you had. I think you supercharged your equipment when you went to fight the.
I think we did that more than once.
And you did it when you took out the Dark Lord's faithful, which probably means that StreetSec at least has noticed something weird. Even if they don't really have the capacity to investigate that sort of thing. So it sounds kind of like you want to send Boko and Bria to do the meeting with Tor, while Bade and Etma do the theory job. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the hour in a little bit. So I think, Etema, you should do your second downtime action. And if there's any preparations you want to do for that job, I think we should focus on that now. And then we'll take the break, and then we can split the party.
Cool. I was kind of sort of setting this up with the volunteering to do the Tiri thing, but I want to pursue a long-term project of finding our community.
Yeah. Cool.
All this, I might go away for a really long time. Maybe that's a thing she could put to bed. I feel like she is going to try to hunt a target here, gathering information on 1314. She can be a little bit more open about asking questions, whereas on 1313 it's a little more removed, that kind of thing. So I'd like to roll with hunt.
Sure.
Are there any bargains to offer?
I mean, we have many clocks. Let me see. Nothing that super applies there, I think. Unless you're spotted by one of the garrison scouts as you're traveling to the docks.
Oh, thank you.
That would. But
No,
if you have
thank you.
do you have a suggestion for those bargains?
The only one I could think of, and I don't even know if that's an appropriate devil's bargain, is that Bade sniffs out that I'm hunting for my people, but I don't know if that's a real devil's bargain. But Edema is not telling Bade that's what she's after, at least not right now.
What if so? Can I toss one out?
Yeah.
What if your people aren't happy to see you?
How do you feel about that, GM
Well,
Undish?
that would kind of require that you actually find them, right? Like if you failed the roll, like that devil's bargain doesn't make sense. Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll eventually find them and they'll be angry with you. But all right, I'll shut up.
Well,
It could be that you get a hold of some Ratataki and talk to them, and they make it clear that you should probably stay away.
Oh, I'll take that devil's bargain. That sounds good. I'll take that third die. That is nice. Telling her there's danger involved is like catnip. In a good way, right? Catnip is that's a good comparison. I don't have cats, but that's the context I've heard. So all right, I'll go with that. 3 dice. Here we go.
It's like a pizza sausage to a dog.
There we go. Oh, yes, that is a critical success. Does that fill out 3? No, I can't remember how many ticks that does. Is
think
it
it's
3? Critical.
Right? Crit?
Let me check.
5.
5, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You finished that.
I finished it. I found. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Undish. I hope you had something ready. Or if you don't, just lie and I'll pretend you had it ready. I did it.
With the break coming up, I'll come up with something.
Cool.
And to be clear, this was finding the community, not specifically your family. You'll have to go there and do something.
Sure, right. This was the
to-
setup for finding your family.
Yeah.
Yes, the good point.
Cool. So do you want to do any information gathering before doing the job itself?
Oh, the handing off Tiri to some doctors.
Yeah.
That's totally up to Bade. Edmus kind of focused on her thing.
Oh, we've got that handle. We can do it.
Yeah. You get a hold of Becker, and he's told you that he's worried about Tiri. Well, he hasn't told you directly, but now he's bringing this thing up. That I think I have an arrangement. I have arranged contact with a medic on 1314, but I let's just say that I have passed there, and plus I'm busy with helping Maxa run things here, and you know that he's basically the one who's running the rebel cell right now because she's still a bit shook up after her whole thing, and I don't think we can. I can spare a couple of people if you want someone along, but I think a smaller group is probably better.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I'll here are the credits for the specialist and for anything you need on the way, and he gives you 2 credits now, and that's half of what you'll get paid, and plus the money that's supposed to go to the doctor, and that's another whole credit. Actually, it's 2 probably. This is an expensive specialist, so you're holding 2 credits for as a fee, and you have 2 credits that's part of your pay.
So he's doing half up front, half when we're done. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I have to get the rest together. We don't have a lot of liquid assets.
That's fine.
I think I
We'll
take
work it
Becker
out.
to this, a kind of stage whisper, so no one other than like Etema and Becker can hear. You don't think they brokered, do you? You don't think that she told them anything?
I don't think so. I don't think she told them anything vital. They, from what she's told me, they wanted to know about the artifact. That's what they were interested in. And she, but I'm not sure. They had truth serums. They had that droid. They had that woman. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but from what she said, they drugged her and they asked her questions, but she was pretty out of it. I'm not sure. Cool. If you don't want to do any more preparations, I figure we'll do the engagement roll before the break, and then we'll do the thing. This is a transport job, I guess, or actually we should figure out how you're doing this. It may not be a transport job, depends. The two main ways to travel between levels is turbolifts and the docks, like with this the shafts, whatever you call them. The turbolifts here are located in the heights, so that's kind of a thing to get to them. For you, probably the reasonable way is to rent passage on a ship. That's how you would do it if you were a civilian. Like,
The legit way.
Yeah, the legit way. That would be rent passage on a ship that goes up to the next level. There's plenty of traffic, so it's not high security. It's not like flying a plane in the real world in modern times. It's maybe like going on a plane 20 years ago. There's some security, but there's not a lot. There's no like ID checks or anything. It's just you buy your ticket and you get off where you're supposed to get off.
Okay. I think it'll just take passage, babe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just making. I mean, you know, we are a little hot right now, as is Terry. So, if we, just do like everybody else, and just blend into the crowd, I think that's the best way.
Yep, blend into the crowd. Look like normal, regular folk.
Yeah. So I think that makes this a transport job. Carry people through danger.
Makes sense.
Because you're not really. I mean, you're using the regular, or it could be deception, social, depends. I don't think. No, I think it's transport. It's not super important.
Yeah, let's do transport. That feels right. Plus, I don't think we've ever done transport, so
yeah,
it'll be fun.
So you have one die for sheer luck, and then we'll go through the rest. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
With all the heat on us, one could argue that, but I wouldn't argue super hard if you don't think it's appropriate.
I'd say that if there were heat on us and they were checking IDs and that kind of stuff, then I'd agree with that. But if they're not checking for IDs, I wouldn't say that they have very high security.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. On the other hand, it's not overly complex or contingent on many factors. It's just buying tickets. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
No.
I mean, kind of.
Really?
I think,
okay.
Yeah, because there is no real security there. I mean, you're just traveling. And here, I think your opposition here is street sec, basically. Since they don't have particular security there, I think you should get the extra die. They're not strongest against this approach. Can your friends or contact provide aid or insight for this operation?
I don't think we have any friends on the next level, right?
I mean, Becker's telling you where to go, right? I mean, but I don't know.
Oh, and we do have
Yeah,
the doctor as a contact.
yeah. I think that he's giving you enough information that should count. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with the operation? I don't think so. Are there any other elements to consider? Maybe, I mean, I don't think you have a vehicle of your own. So the trip to the docks is probably the most dangerous.
That's true. That's a real good point.
Yeah, I think we'll deduct 1 die for that.
Okay.
You have 2 dice, unless there's something else.
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
I think Edema will tell Bade, this is your op, so you get to roll the engagement roll.
Oh, thanks. I mean,
You've
thanks for
got
having the
this.
faith in me.
I've got your back.
So 2 dice. That's a 5. So you start in a risky position. And I think we'll start with that when we come back from the break. Yeah, so Bade and Etema, you're bringing Tiri to the docks. What route are you taking?
Let me look at our faction list so I have the picture. Man, everything around the docks is nicer except, well, fish market. I think scrapyard to Warrens to fish market to docks.
Yeah, that sounds like the
I mean,
best.
that's just what Edema throws out. This is Bade's op.
That's where I'd go. Yeah, that's where we'll go. Let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the gray mice they're pretty established in the Warrens. So Bade, you know that area fairly well, and the Warrens it's working class neighborhood, cheap housing, lot of squatters. It's a very rundown, fairly dilapidated area. Lots of gang activity, but you know the route through there, so that's fine. The fish market, it's very busy. A lot of things going on there, a lot of trade. So that's fairly easy to get through. The real problem is the docks itself, because even though there aren't strict ID checks or anything, there are security patrols there. So you can get to the docks fairly easy, but to get through the docks and buy a ticket and that sort of thing, that will require a bit of some sort of action or plan or way to handle that. Since Etema she's up on all the on all the wanted screens. Tiri probably isn't, but she is someone who is wanted by the authorities. Bade, you still probably haven't made. Yeah, actually, you were noted at the when you broke out Maxta, so you're also wanted, even if you're not at the top of the list. Right. So you need to do something to get through the security patrol.
So I have a quick question. What's Terry's condition? Is she like on a stretcher, or is she limping, or
she's walking? I mean, physically she's reasonably fine. She's still a bit not exhausted, but she tires quickly. And since you're walking most of the way, or you can probably take some sort of public transportation through the fish market, but you're mostly walking through the Warrens. You have to stop a couple of times to let her rest for a bit.
And I know the places where, someone who's weak or injured would probably be a target. So I know good places that are kind of out of the way where we could stop and rest, and it wouldn't be terribly obvious and it wouldn't draw the attention of others. I think whenever Etima first puts on her new hair, I think, it catches Bade a little off guard, and Bade kind of, we catch this, the camera catches this look between Bade and Tiri, like, yeah, okay, I guess we just won't say anything about that.
What? I'm incognito.
And so I think whenever we get to the docks, I think so. Bade's gonna say, "Hold on, I'll go get our tickets." And Bade's gonna slip out, and kind of pull up her cloak so she's a little bit less conspicuous, and she's gonna try and pickpocket tickets for us. Walk up to people who are coming out of line, who might have stopped for a bite to eat or something like that, and just see what she can do.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. What do you want to roll with?
I think pickpocketing is finesse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This is a risky position, is that right?
You're in a risky position, yes.
Okay.
And it's standard effect if that matters, but I don't think it's going to.
And do you have a devil's bargain?
Ooh. It could be that one. Oh, what kind of person are you targeting? Are you just targeting anyone you can swipe tickets off of, or you go for some particular type of person?
So I would go for a typical mark. So a typical mark would either someone be who was intoxicated or sick or something like that, or someone who was not used to this area that stood out. Maybe a visitor or a tourist from maybe it's someone who traveled down here to the slums to kind of get a feel, and they're going home, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you find like 3 young, probably some sort of upper class people, not fancy enough to go through the heights and use the turbolift. They don't have that kind of context, but it seems like they've been partying in Emerald Row. Is that what I call it? Emerald Row. Yeah. And now they're sort of walking around the docks, and they're a bit drunk. There's 4 of them, so they have enough tickets. And one of them is, I got the tickets right here. So he's the one who's got them. And the devil's bargain is that they will figure out that you took the tickets. So they'll start to make a noise, but not right away. But before you get on the shuttle.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll take that.
Cool.
And let's see. So that gives me 3 dice. And that looks like. Ooh. I got a 4.
4 is good enough to get you the ticket, but not without problem. You do it with a consequence. Yeah, I think you get the tickets, and you get them to go get Etima and Tiri, but they notice you. They recognize you when you're going back and going towards the shuttle, and that's the one. She's the one who took our tickets, and point you out to security. So your position becomes desperate for the rest of the mission. You can resist that if you want, or you can accept it.
I'll resist that. Yeah, I don't think I've done that yet. Yeah. So let's see. Resist is
Just a reminder. A desperate situation means XP on every roll. Just a reminder. Probably the
that's true.
wise choice to resist it. Just want to point it out. That's all.
Okay, you're right. I haven't done that, and I kind of think it's more
Go for
dramatic.
it. Don't
I
forget
think
you
what I'm
get
gonna
plus
do-
1 die on resist roll because of crew.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Etema and Tiri, go on without me, and I'm going to separate, right? So I'm not putting them at risk, and I'm going to look to try and go in a different entrance or something like that.
So you slide us a couple tickets and then
Yeah.
draw their attention.
Yeah.
You're leading the ops, so
Right.
I'll let you do it. I wouldn't normally do that, but
Oh, and I think I slip a couple of tickets and then run to draw their attention,
sure.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe Corset comes after that. Yeah. And I'll just depend on maybe I'll be able to slip away.
I'll put an arm around.
So to be clear, this is you resisting the consequence.
No, I'm not
No,
going to
no,
resist. I'm going to accept the
cool,
consequence,
cool.
and I slip them
Yeah.
the tickets and I run. So Corset will take after me. Yep.
Cool. I think maybe that's a role to lead them away from to distract them. Does that make does that seem sound reasonable?
Maybe it's a roll to see whether or not I get away from them or not, or whether or not they catch up to me. I think running would distract them and keep them in that direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they didn't see you together with Etema and Thierry before when you took the tickets, so they're really focused on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
And what would this be, do you think?
If you're just straight up running, then prowl is usually the go-to.
Yeah. So I'll roll a prowl.
And the devil's bargain here would be that you don't manage to get on any shuttle up. You have to run away from the dock. So Etema and Thierry are on their own for the rest of the mission.
Ooh. I don't think I'm going to take that devil's bargain. So I still might get caught if I fail. So, okay, let me roll that and see.
Or at least you'll be delayed. I mean, maybe you can get on a later shuttle, but they will have to leave now without you.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm completely fine with the devil's bargain that I missed this shuttle, but I can potentially go up on another shuttle, either pay my way or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so then I'll take that. And just maybe and show up late. I'll show up late. So let's see what that looks like. 5.
That's a 5. So let me check again that. So you do it with a consequence.
And that was desperate, right?
No. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
desperate. Yeah.
So that's a 5 is you do it with a consequence, severe harm, serious complication, or reduced effect.
Yeah, I think you had to. There's a complication that you have to hide somewhere. Or actually, that just compounds the devil's bargain. I have a hard time to see anything other than either you taking harm as like they're shooting at you as you're trying to get away, or you have to miss your chance to, or I mean, you're even more delayed to.
So I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
What if coming back, the trip back, becomes a desperate situation because they beefed up security here? I'm already at desperate, but this would be desperate for both of us. Or for all three. Or they beefed up security and maybe we can't come back through the docks.
Yeah, I think they're going to do checks. They'll do passenger checks on 1314, where Etema and Thierry are getting off, because they noticed there was something fishy going on. and now they'll have a situation to deal with up there.
So they'll do checks before everybody gets off up there.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
or when they get off.
So they're going to radio up ahead and say, "Hey, we need some security to check everybody." Okay, that makes sense.
You can resist that if you want.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that one's worth resisting because I don't want to mess everyone up. So what's a resistance roll look like?
Resistance roll, you pick one of your, I think they're called attributes. It's insight, prowess, or resolve, those three. And there's a number there that tells you how many dice you have, and that's the same number of actions under that ability or attribute that you have at least one check in. So you have insight 4 because you have at least one check mark in hunt, study, survey, and tinker. You have a 4 in insight, a 3 in prowess, and a 1 in resolve. And you pick whatever one you think most fits how you're resisting this.
So I don't think I'm trying to talk my way out of it. Maybe it's prowess because I think we're trying to sneak our way past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prowess makes sense. They don't get a good enough look at you to confirm that you were involved with Atma and Theory or this. So yeah, prowess makes sense. And you have
Yeah.
one extra die from the crew ability.
That makes it 4d6. So I'll roll that. I got a 6.
Yeah, and that means you take 0 stress because resisting goes to 6 stress minus the highest result. So you slip away easy. This is not a problem for you.
Yeah, I think that the way that this looks though is I fence the last stolen ticket that I have and sell it for a little bit of change. So they think that's what happened to all of the tickets. They don't think anybody actually left. But then I turn around and take that change and a little bit of my own stash and buy a ticket to go up. Because stealing a ticket might be too hot right now. So I'm going to go up later and catch up with Etema and Thierry.
Cool. So Etema, you're with Thierry. You can board the shuttle. You have to hurry a bit to not get caught up in the whole situation that Beta's created. You are in a desperate situation because your things have heated up a bit. They've noticed that something is going on, so security is a bit heightened. Or I should say, if things go wrong, they will go more wrong because there's
feel like a prowl, maybe.
Yeah, I think you can get on the shuttle. That's not an issue.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you're on there with Thierry, and she's. I think you can have a chance to talk to her a bit if you want to.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Yeah.
So this is some kind of passenger thing. I imagine that it's almost like a space bus. They're
Yeah. And this is like a very simple shuttle. It's basically it just flies up and down. It's like a giant space elevator.
So it's like a ferry, like a space ferry kind of deal. Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Awesome. I got the context in my head.
Yeah. So there are benches to sit on. A lot of people just stand because it's just up to the next level. It's a fairly short trip. It's just a few minutes. And you've noticed Thierry hasn't talked a lot on the trip to the docks, mostly just to tell you that she needs to rest a bit. And she hasn't really made eye contact. She's been a bit. She's more withdrawn than she usually is.
T, what did they do to you?
Ooh, I think roll a consort.
Nice. That's one die for me. This could go poorly. I'm going to spend a couple stress to boost my roll.
Oop.
Here we go. I cannot remember how to spell her name, so I'll just call it T. Here we go. 5.
That's a 5 on a desperate roll. It has. You do it with a consequence. Severe harm, a serious complication, or reduced effect. You get your XP, of course.
Is that on this the stat or playbook? I'm sorry.
That's on this stat.
So it's on resolve. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think the consequence here is that she is going to have a serious breakdown. You can resist that if you want. You'll get to talk to her a bit either way, but just to warn you if you want to resist that.
Sorry, the consequence is.
Theory has a serious breakdown because you're making her. Or
Oh God,
you're
that sounds
asking her
amazing. I love. I eat this up. This is like lunch. Yes, I want the emotional drama, the angst. Yes, yes. Tree breaks down. Edmund looks confused. Rich loves it. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's going to happen. It doesn't happen right away. You have a chance to talk to her a bit first. And she's they had me in that room. I don't know how long it was. And that droid kept putting drugs in me. And I realized I have to check the things. Yeah, this is going to be torture, probably of some kind. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with the description of it. Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense.
And she doesn't go into detail, but there were they kept asking me, and I was so much pain. I don't know what I told them. I don't remember. I don't remember anything until she was there. She was there all the time. And that's when she has her full meltdown, and she starts crying and not quite screaming, but making a lot of noise. And the other passengers notice this, and there's some kind of steward or something, like someone who's there to make sure nothing happens, basically, like a bus conductor, but he doesn't have to drive the bus.
Right.
And he starts making his way over to see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll pull Tiri in and kind of side hug her for a little bit, try to comfort her physically. And if it's one of those like uncontrollable sobs thing, I'll look, is there a place where people can like stand out on the deck? I'm sorry, I'm still thinking along ferry lines, you know.
I think it's enclosed. I think
Okay.
it's too. I think it
Sure,
would be considered too dangerous. I mean, you don't want anyone falling over and falling like thousands of. Yeah, falling
Okay.
forever.
Yeah,
until they die.
totally. I think it's a thing where she would. Edema gets, I need to talk to this guy, and she'll stand up and walk over to the guy. I'm sorry, she just lost her father. I'll try to keep it down.
Oh, just well, if you need any help, just let me know. and he's looking over at Tiri. Think you have to make some kind of roll to make sure he doesn't like call ahead or something to have someone meet you or that sort of thing.
Oh, that sounds totally logical. I think I'm gonna have to sway him with some deception. Yeah, yeah, just kind of step in his way. Maybe reach up and touch his shoulder a little bit. Thank you. This means a lot to me. She's a dear friend, and I'm trying to like pull here. Look at me. Maybe I even reach up and touch my hair, like, oh, push it behind my ear. Cool. I am not great at swaying, so I will burn 2 stress to give myself a second die. And this is still desperate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Here we go. Oh, that is an abysmal failure. That is a 2 and a 2.
Yeah, that's not great. For you? Fun for me, maybe. The worst outcome: suffer severe harm, a serious complication, or lose this opportunity. Yes, yes, of course. And he backs off, but he's looking at you, and you think maybe he recognizes you, because suddenly he looks a bit scared, and he's backing away, and he's picking up his comms unit.
I'm on him. Like, I'm right on top of him with blaster coming out and like held in close to his gut. Totally the moment of like the spy movie thing of like, put that down if you want to live. I will blow your guts across that wall.
Yeah, if you want to do this and not make it totally obvious, you definitely have to make a roll for it.
Yes, of course. That seems like a desperate thing.
I mean, you can, or this can be your resistance to the.
Ooh, yeah, I'll resist it. That sounds fun. I'll resist this. Yeah, that's my resistance, and I feel like I'm doing it with prowess because I'm like rolling to skirmish with you. That is a thing I'm not terrible at.
You are pretty good at that.
Okay. So that would be. I don't think I'm protecting a teammate. Like that doesn't. I mean.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So then I'll be your 5 dice. Here we go. Come on. That's a critical.
Yeah. So you actually remove 1 stress.
Thank God. I needed that. This feels good. Finally, I'm like where I need to be. Threatening people with violence. That's why it removes some stress for Adam.
Yeah, and when he feels that blaster, he just all color drains from his face, and he moves his hands very clearly away from his comms unit. He's not going to do anything. Well, whatever you say. I haven't seen anything. Won't say anything.
Okay. See how easy this is. It's really easy. I'm not looking to hurt you, but this is my friend, and I'm getting her to a doctor. That's it. That's all this is. So we're going to stand here like we're friends until we get to the docks. And you're coming off the ship with me just so I make sure that we're in the clear, and then you go free. And if you cause me any trouble, I hurt you, then I kill you. Are we clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. You saw me. And she like raises her arm, and you see the stormtrooper symbol and all of the little boxes.
Yes. Don't say anything.
Okay. Well, let's just finish this ride in peace. And Edima's basically abandoned Tiri to her grief and trauma. That sucks.
Yeah, but this guy, he doesn't do anything. And when you reach 1314 and some of the passengers start to depart, he points the way for you, and he basically leads you off, like waves anyone else aside, and waves to a security patrol that he points to someone else, like check those people out. They seem suspicious. So you're in the clear.
This guy's really good at his job. Does he have a name tag? Like, I want to know his name. You have to name this.
Yeah. We need a name for this guy. Let me get a name. And then I think we'll cut back to his name is terrible. Haidar Patsut. I'll put it in the chat.
Wow, that's a great name. Oh man, I think if Edmund knew his name, Pantsuit. That's what she'd call him, Pantsuit.
Yeah. So you get off the ferry, no problems. You're still you're leading still shaking Thierry off. Bade, you don't know what happened to Bade. She ran off. I think we'll cut to Bria and Boko, because I think we're getting to the point where you need to go to your meeting with Tor if you're going to keep that appointment.
Do we still have downtime actions to
Yeah.
do before?
You each
Okay.
have 2 downtime actions.
Yeah, I want to do one training. I think I wanted to get rid of some heat before we do Fallout for any of those things.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. So I'm just going to train one in my playbook, which will get me the Survivor and an extra stress box. Woo. I'm not sure. I have some bad ideas about how to reduce heat. But yeah, does Bria have stuff she wants to do too?
Yeah, in the essence of keeping it going. I'll do well. I want to reduce stress by going to see my son. I don't know how much of a scene we want out of that, but I want to do that. And then I don't know how to train and resolve, like what that would look like in the fiction, but I want to train and resolve. So
is it okay if Boko goes with you to that area? Just like, because I have a bad idea to do something like go see your kid, like we know the deal now. So
yeah, I'm like I ask you to, because maybe I want somebody at the door or something like that. Yeah. You're definitely brought along. So if we want to do that first, we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I don't remember if we've established where the apartment is.
Right. I don't think that's ever come up before. My current what do you call it? Lifestyle is 3. Because I have a stash tick on level 2 and have a special ability that says, well, I don't know where the one counts as one level higher. Does that mean like of a completed row the beginning of a row?
Yeah, your lifestyle is the completed rows.
Plus the fringe benefit special ability.
Yeah, that will increase you from 1 to 2.
From 1 to, okay, all right, because I have some in 2, but I guess it's not really 2. It's really 1 point.
It's the green check mark at the far right.
Yeah,
that's
so it's really 1.1 is what it is. No, okay.
Yeah, but it's you just count the whole.
Okay. Yes. So I currently have a lifestyle of 2. So taking a look at the map.
You've remembered to take your extra stash from your fringe benefits during downtime?
Yes, whenever we announced it last time, I've been taking them. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
taking them. That's the only way I could have gotten this high up on the stash, because as you can see, I don't keep money on my character for very long. I'm guessing the foothills or Bright Market. Actually, let's go with Bright.
A simple home in the better part of a bad neighborhood. So it's probably not as nice as that. It could be like on the edge of the foothills or Bright Market.
Okay. Okay. How about near the intersection of the Foundry, Sec and Bright Market?
Let's see, the Foundry, Sec and Bright Market. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, so Boko's coming with you to there, but not going up to the apartment, just staying in the general area. Yeah.
Sure.
Did Kai freeze?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, just
not...
the video froze for a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Unless you were holding a very weird face. So yeah, I think you go up to talk to your son. Do you talk to him about anything in particular?
I think what I talked to him about is I know that he's frustrated with having to stay here and not leave. He doesn't like this place. So I'm going to tell him a half truth and be like, well, we're going to be moving soon to someplace better, which doesn't mean he'll leave the next place's apartment either. But so I just like I'll pull up a Star Wars Zilla and we can just look at little places and be like, you know, what about this place or what about this place? Oh, look, it's got like a little play area, blah blah blah. Just to kind of relieve his stress and thus relieve my stress.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he was like 10, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to go to the docks again with Aunt Etma. She's so cool.
Well, yes, we'll do that. What do you want to see again? Like what's like? And she wants her to describe what it is he's wanting exactly. Like, tell me exactly what you want, kind of thing.
I want to look at the spaceships, like the cool ships that go to other planets.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Grylex drive it's super fast?
Oh, okay. You know, in terms of fast, and Kai's going to ruin the quote, but like the quote about the 1 parsec run or whatever. She's like, I heard a guy did that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's super fast. That's he must be really good. He must have a really great ship.
Yeah, he does.
So can we go tomorrow?
Yeah, we can. And I don't know if she's lying. but she wants to give him whatever he asks for. So she's going to give that to him. She's feeling really like she's being destroyed by her guilt. Like this has hit her all of a sudden. Like she's what kind of life she's created for her kid. And so she's like, yeah, so we're going tomorrow. What ship should we be on the lookout for? Is there something new? You know, this new drive you were talking about, like what kind of a ship is it on?
Oh, that's on the and he spouts some ship. I don't know what would be a new ship in this time period that would be suited, but it's like on a new type of it's like on the latest TIE fighter model, the new interceptor model.
Got it. Yeah.
I think interceptors have no, they don't have. Sorry, it doesn't matter. It's a sublight drive, but it's on the latest interceptor model.
Got it. So she pulls up like a hologram of it, and she's like, "Well, point it out to me." And
it's here, and these are the exhausts, and he's super into the TIE fighters.
Yeah. And then she like makes it do like the engineering explosion, right? Like where all the parts come out or whatever. And she's like, now, if you wanted to bypass this, what would you do? She's trying to figure out how to hotwire a TIE interceptor.
Cool.
I'm not actually trying to, but
yeah. I think we'll cut it there.
Okay. All right. I'm going to roll both of that into the resolve and the roll, and take consort at level 2. So 3 dice because my lowest is 3. I've purposely chosen to not ever take a tune. So, and 6. I am
Nice.
de-stressed.
Boom.
Yeah.
Not distressed, de-stressed.
Yeah, you have a really great talk with Valsi. He's really happy. He doesn't bring up again that you promised to go to the docks tomorrow, so you don't feel stressed about that. You just get a nice relaxing talk with your.
You know what?
Very happy side.
I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to take him to the top of the apartment complex, and we're gonna watch like ship lanes, like not like the docks or whatever, but like people's driving lanes or whatever.
Yeah.
And get him air, and she's like so obsessed with taking care of her son right now that like her paranoia just can't activate, and like she's putting both of them in danger, but she really wants him to be happy, so she takes him out for a little bit.
Nice. So Boko, you have a couple of hours here to kill. What do you do in the meantime?
I think so. I want to reduce our heat. I was hoping to get Bria's help when she was done, so I'm probably gonna wait outside until she comes back. Ostensibly, just making sure no one followed us, no one's coming, no one knows where she is. And then when she comes out, I'll say like, hey, would you mind taking a quick walk through just a little neighborhood in Bright Market with me, since we're right here? I think you're muted.
You're muted. Right.
Yeah, what's up? Sure.
I think like as we're strolling, we'll get to a nice-ish spot and just be like, I'm gonna go up on top of that building right there. When something happens, would you do me a big favor and just point somewhere else?
Okay. I
Great.
know. No, hold on. Now I know that we decided that we were going to do this tour thing and not really tell everybody the truth, but like, don't let that inspire you. Like, what the hell are you planning? What the heck are you planning here?
I just want to give the street cycle a little bit something to worry about besides us for a minute. I'm just going to open fire into the crowd. I'm not going to hit anybody on purpose. And I just need you to point them in the other direction. And then we'll get out of here. No one's going to get hurt. No one will see us. We escape in the confusion.
Right. So a couple of things have come up to Bria's mind. Like earlier, Boko did not care about what Hara did to children.
Mhm.
And then a while back, like he kind of gleefully took out the Dark Lord's faithful. So like she gets up and like puts her finger on his chest and she's like, no kids.
Yeah, nobody. No one's going to get hurt. I'm going to shoot at the buildings. Buildings will get scratched a little bit. No kids. Of course not. What? Why that specifically? Kids are not kind of people that we, look at us. We're not great people, but like we're not bad, right? We're not Hara. We're not the Empire. They would take down, they would send a TIE bomber and take out a whole block of schools if it meant serving their purpose. I just want to get a little bit of attention off of us. No one's getting hurt at all.
Point my finger. Got it.
Cool. I'll be back in just a minute. And I like run into an alley and go up whatever fire escapey type of things we got. Find a good roof and an area where there are people but not a crowd necessarily, and just indiscriminately take my rifle out and pop, and then scurry back down in hopes to reduce some heat.
Yeah, but just firing at buildings, right? Not
Yeah, like maybe like at the middle of the first floor, kind of like, so it's low enough to scare people but not going to hit anyone.
Yeah, cool. It sounds like you want to use hunt.
I sure do. I was trying to like, how can I do this with something that's not a 1? And if Bria is helping me, I will take that as well.
So that's 1 stress for me.
Yeah.
Is it for reducing heat? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's an action.
Yeah. And I can see how that might be a little stressful.
And player character who's helping you, so that.
Yeah. Cool.
I think that's how it's supposed to work.
Cool. 1,
You got
2,
4
3.
dice?
4 dice.
You have a hunt of 3 and +1 from Bria.
Oh, right. I have a hunt of 3, not 2. Cool. 4 dice it is.
And I don't think any of your crew abilities are high, right?
Nope. Highest one is a 4.
4. So what's that? 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2. But that's something.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. Cool. I'll scurry back down and I think like put my arm in Bria's arm, or like offer my arm and be like, it's time to go before the cops show up.
Sure thing, honey.
Not get. Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah. So I think we'll cut to Bade. So Etema and Thierry got on the shuttle. You didn't, but you're ready to go on the next shuttle, and it's like, I don't know, half an hour later. It's not a super long wait. Etema, do you wait for Bade to show up? Or do you continue on to the doctor? Or do you take a detour and look for some ratatakis?
I think detour at Ratatakis. Yeah. That's what I do.
Cool. So yeah, let's stick with Bade. You get on the shuttle an hour later. You get up. You can't find Etema and or Thierry at the docks. What do you do?
I head to the doctor, and I think I kind of make a beeline in the same direction. You know, I assume Etema is smart enough to go straight there, and so I'm going to head that direction directly, just to catch up with them.
Mhm. Yeah, and
I specifically, once I get off, I'm going to go do a low turnaround, around just to make sure and check out this place that there hasn't been any, what's the right word, security activity. So like this might be, listening and seeing if anyone talks about, oh yeah, they just arrested somebody, or oh, there was a gunfight over here, especially looking out for the gunfight because I know Etema.
yeah, then I think we have to cut to Etema to see if there's a gunfight for you to be informed of.
No, I think she's being warned by the Ratataki community that she's not wanted, right?
Yeah, because the long-term project you've done is that you know where the Ratataki settlement or community on 1314 is located. And it's fairly near the docks. So we don't have a map of this, obviously, but yeah, it's fairly close to the docks, and you know where that is. So you go there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stopping every once in a while because Thierry gets tired, but yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Yeah, it's not a super long walk, so it's not. But she's pretty worn out over her breakdown, and she still sobs occasionally, and she clings to you really closely, like holds onto your arm. And you find this area where the Ratataki live, and you recognize, because I think you've researched a little bit, so you recognize the building style is that it's Ratataki style buildings. I, as a DM, do not know what they look like. I did some quick research in the when we had a break, but I couldn't find any pictures of buildings, so I don't know what they look like. But
Me either.
Yeah, cool. So describe what is it? What do they look like?
I think maybe we go with like some Art Deco and British architectural style. So a lot of hard lines, like symbols that a lot of times you'll see on the Ratataki as tattoos, all are part of the way that they communicate their language.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that, like, as brutal as they are, is their main, like, is there a gladiatorial pit of some kind that they run? Because that's really what people think about them, or are they complete opposite of that?
Yeah, what you notice when you start spotting Ratataki in the street is that they don't have any tattoos, any of them, and that's something you've really closely identified with how their culture is. but these Stratataki, they have no tattoos, and they don't seem to be carrying any weapons, which is weird. And you see them stopping and looking at you, and what do you do? You're obviously standing out, and yeah.
My name is Edema. I'm looking for someone to talk to. I've got credits.
Cool. Let's see. Way or consort? Way, probably, because you don't know these people.
Yeah, Sway sounds fair. Statistically, they're the same for me. Both terrible, but I appreciate the conversation. Here we go. I'm almost out of stress. I'll do it. Oh, wait a second. I will push myself to use a dice pool equal to half my stress rounded up for any action.
You've got the loose cannon.
Yes, I have loose cannon, and so I get to do the math after the 2 stress for pushing myself, and I get to roll 3 dice.
I think it's 4, right? It's rounded up.
You're right. Yeah, holy crap.
So now you have to tell me what this looks like, but maybe we make the roll first.
Yeah, I think it's just the stress of the situation. Adam's been desperate. She looks lost. She looks a little pitiful, maybe. Yeah. So she pours that in to try to sway them with 4 dice. Here we go.
Hey,
6.
Nice. Yeah. There's many of them just walk past you, looking strangely at you. But there's a woman who runs. She runs like a small, like a bakery, and she waves to you. Come here. Come in. I'll tell you what you need to know.
Oh, thank you.
And she sits you down. She has like one table where you can sit and have something, eat something in the shop. And
I'll help Thierry take a seat before I.
Yeah, there's room for. She like brings out an extra chair so she can sit with you there as well. It's just a tiny table with 2 chairs, but she brings out an extra stool from behind the counter, and she pours some tea, and she brings out some like savory baked things that has some meat in them. It's like some sort of bread pie kind of thing, like what do you call them? Pirog, like the whatever. It's bread with meat in it, basically. And she starts to explain some things to you, and she like gestures to your tattoos, and you notice you saw people like looking at you out there. In this area, we've tried really, really hard to fit in with the other people here. We try not to stand out. We try to live like they do, and the tattoos and the violence, it was really bad for us. we were very we were excluded from a lot of things. So we tried to fit in, and when someone shows up looking like you do, people get nervous.
Okay. That makes sense. It's hard.
So why are you here?
I'm looking for my family. I was sold. At least that's what I was told. I've always believed it to be true, but now who knows?
Yeah, there are some families who have a really hard time, especially before. And you can see her kind of thinking back, like trying to judge how old you are. Yeah, some were desperate. There was really bad. Our situation here as a community was really bad. There was a lot of persecution, and just off, if I'm going too far with any of this, please tell me so I can go back to it. And yeah, some people couldn't make ends meet, and
I don't blame them.
unfortunately, there are people who are willing to buy slaves.
I know. I just want to know who they are. That's all. Maybe meet them if any of them are left.
Maybe I'm not sure I should. I'm not sure that they would want to be reminded of that. But I'm not sure I should make that decision for them.
Right.
But I can.
I can leave a way to contact me.
Yeah, yes, that would be good. And I can let people know that there's someone who was lost who is looking to find their family.
I'll give. I mean, I would love to have her name, but I'd give her basically contact me at the inverted fork, because I'm not really going to give her my comm unit or.
Her name is Gimmick, and I put that in chat.
Thank you.
And she lets you sit there and rest for a while. She can see that Thierry is a bit worn out. And she's when you came inside, she like pushed the button that turned on the closed sign on the door, so you have some privacy, and you can sit there and rest for a bit. And she, when you're about to leave, she gives you like a small package of the traditional ratataki baked goods.
Oh, wow.
Um,
That's amazing. I think I think Edema just like knows about this stuff. Maybe she's had it at one super expensive restaurant that back when she was working for the Black Sun, that they said, "Oh yeah, here's a ratataki pastry. You know this, right?" And she ate it and said, "Yeah, of course."
you left contact info for the inverted fork, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Edema will tip her and say, "Listen."
Oh no! I won't take any of your money. This is I just hope that you can get the closure you need.
I promise I'm not going to hurt anyone. I've been disconnected from my whole everything.
I understand, and I want to help you, but if your parents gave you up, I don't know what they would want.
Okay. Thank you. And we'll like awkwardly not hug her and then look at Teary. Hey, you got enough energy to get you to the doctor?
Yes, we can go.
Cool. And after they leave, just real brief, but Adam will say, nobody in the gang knows that I'm looking for this. I'm not embarrassed of it. We just have a lot going on.
I won't say anything.
And she puts an arm around Teary. He says, let's get you fixed up. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the doctor after that. Yeah, so no firefights for Bade to be informed of. I think Bade gets there before Etma does, after that detour. So yeah, Bade, you get to this doctor. It's a human woman. I need to get a name right up so I can just.
Would this be out of an office or is this like an apartment?
This is at her apartment.
Okay.
Because this is it's under the counter sort of thing.
This doctor's a sympathizer, a rebel sympathizer.
Yeah. Emermada Salme. I put the name in chat. So you get there, you have some sort of code phrase that you give on the intercom thing before she lets you in. She lives in a fairly nice apartment complex. You've never been in a place this nice. There's like everything's clean and there's no graffiti and the turbolifts work. There are turbolifts and they work, and she lets you in, and it's not a big apartment, but it's bigger than definitely bigger than what you're used to, and it seems she's the only person living there, and that's weird. She has like several rooms all to herself,
and everything's so clean, and I feel, I think whenever I walk through the hallway, I'm like, afraid to touch anything because I'm going to get it dirty, and maybe I even do. I brush up against something, with my cape, and at least some dirt, and oil and that kind of stuff. And I think I go in. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I got here. I was delayed. Where's Etma? Etma and Tiri.
they're not here yet. I thought that you were just coming in before then, and just making sure everything was okay. I know this is a risky situation for you.
Oh, Kark, they should have been here like an hour ago. And I didn't see that they got hurt. You know, they got waylaid or anything. I better go look for them. You know, let me know if you hear from them. I'll be back in. I'll check in every hour if I don't find them. And I think I'm going to head back down, and I'm going to start, you know, backtracking and kind of doing, you know, a search pattern real carefully.
Yeah.
And I think at some point during that search pattern was whenever I run into Ettima and Terry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an hour later, you're starting to get really worried, but then you spot them. So do you just go back there altogether, or?
I think whenever I first see Ettima, you know, I kind of stop and I kind of hold back and make sure that she and Terry are alone and they're not in trouble. And once I see that, I kind of approach them and I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Are you guys okay?
I think Edema will pull Desperate Bade into a hug. Sorry, I just making a joke about the name thing. Pulls Bade into a hug. Yeah, I'm glad you're okay. I was really worried.
Oh no. I had all of that handled. Everything went well. What took you so long? I've been here like an hour.
Things almost got really ugly. I'll tell you about it. Wait, let's get Tyrion.
I think
I'll tell you all about it.
I take, you know, I reach underneath Terry and kind of support her and say, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't make it sooner. I'll do better next time. I already saw the doctor and she's expecting us.
Perfect. Come on, T. Let's get you the help you need, okay?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We get Tyrion, and I think she's supposed to. She's going to stay there for a couple of days, at least, so you can head back. They'll handle things, or she's going to stay for treatment for a while, so you don't need to get her back. And I think that's the end of the job. You have to get back, but that's. I don't think we need to play all of that out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is in Star Wars or not, but is any of this like psychic surgery? Are they like actually like taking some of these memories away or altering them so they're no longer traumatic, or is this a different kind of doctor?
I think this. I don't want to get into that sort of thing, at least not for this.
Okay.
To me, that's sort of. I'm definitely into that sort of thing existing in the Star Wars universe, but I think that's an evil thing. It's something the bad people do.
Got it.
So this would probably be more sort of therapy and like physical treatment of her physical injuries and that sort of thing.
I think whenever we go to leave the doctor, you know, I kind of take her aside. I'm like, here's our alert number. This is like a emergency number. And if you hit this, we'll come in force and make sure that you're taken care of. This is, you know, just in case, you know, if something goes down, you know, we've got your back. Thank you for taking care of Terry.
I hope I don't need to use that. And I think my local contacts can help me if anything goes down, but I thank you anyway. And I assume you hand over the money you were supposed to give her?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I wish I didn't need to take money from the course, but I there are I need to get some expensive medicine and things, you know how it is.
And I think Bade feels a little reluctant. Again, the money I think feels dirty whenever she turns it over. I think she might polish it a little bit and try and get smudges off or something. It's like no. I mean, and she looks around a little bit and she's like, "That's a pretty sweet gig." Well, just let us know if you have any problems. And kind of looks over at Etima. Are you good? You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Real good.
So I think we're going to head out.
And as we start to walk, Adama reaches in and pulls out that pastry and breaks off half of it to hand over to Babe.
Oh,
And
nice.
then she'll tell the story of, hey, I've been looking for my family and I found some ratataki and they're peaceful and I don't know how they even live, but isn't this bread good?
I think, have we gone over the hour by half an hour?
Maybe.
I think we should take a quick bio break, just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Cool. So we'll do the fallout from this job real quick, the mechanical bits, and then we'll cut to Boko and Bria meeting with Tor. So I think you'll get 2 rep for this. 2 is baseline plus, because you didn't keep this completely quiet. There was that small altercation on the shuttle and that sort of thing. There was some noise. So you get 2 rep. I don't think you really had a target faction, so there's no one to compare your tier to. So I think it's just the 2 straight up rep. I'll put that on your crew sheet. Means you're 1 away from getting to a stronghold on tier 2. That's cool. And then you get the creds. You got 2 beforehand, and you get 2 more now. So you're getting 4 total. You can split that however you want.
I'm thinking we just 1 for everybody, right?
Cool. And then heat. I think this is contained standard exposure. It wasn't completely quiet. You had the altercation. You had the Bade had to run away from some people. There was a little bit of noise, but it wasn't no big deal. So that's 2 heat. Not a high profile target. This wasn't really hostile turf, I wouldn't say. You are at war with another faction, so that's +1. That puts you at 3. There was no killing, not that that matters to you. So that's 3 heat. Those up. So now we roll for entanglement. And since your wanted level is 4, I'm rolling 4 dice. And the highest is a 6. And your heat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's an arrest. Force extends detail to arrest you. Pay them off with creds equal to your wanted level +3. That's 7 credits. Hand someone over for arrest or try to evade capture. I think we'll save that for next session. But I think that's going to hit Etima and Bade on the way back, probably. That sounds like the yeah, fun times. Cool. So Boko and Bria, how do you travel out to the gardens? Because this is it's a fairly substantial trip. You can walk there, but it's going to take you quite a while. How do you want to get there?
Yeah, so we're a ways away. What does a walk look like? I guess.
You can. It's going to take you, I would say, a couple of hours at least to walk there. And like I said, we don't worry about the time frame exactly. It's just that it just means that you'll be out of pay for a while getting there.
What if we hired a delivery truck that we could sit inside of so people can't see us on the way there?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Or if it's the food delivery stuff, we could like maybe less hire and more get
Yeah,
in.
you can probably just bribe some
Yeah.
truck driver to.
I guess that's hiring. Yeah.
Yeah, a refrigerated truck. We're going to be cold when we get out.
Yeah, I mean, you know some people who know people, so they can hook you up with someone who
Yeah.
who isn't too worried about who he's transporting where, as
I
long
like
as
that
he
idea.
gets a handful of credits. And I don't mean credits in the game sense. I just mean, yeah, he gets a small payoff, and that's not on the scale of the game credit. Cool. You get to a place, and with your experience, you notice a couple of people, and this is a warehouse, yet another warehouse. But this one is in use. It's just probably the people who usually work there have been asked to take a break for a little bit by someone who, you see some people that are, to your trained eyes, obviously patrolling the area nearby. You don't recognize them, but you see them looking at you, and one of them brings up a comm unit, and they talk to someone, and then they kind of nod to you and gesture to the place where you are supposed to go, where the place you've been told to go to. It's a warehouse. It's not it's not refrigerated, but it's kept at a cool temperature. They're storing like newly slaughtered eels. So there's like these big transparent containers with eel carcasses, I guess you'd call them. Dead eels, anyway. And Tor is there, Molla is there, and like three obvious rebel fighters. They're not in like uniforms or anything, but they have carbines, and they're definitely armed. And Tor is staring at you impatiently the whole way while you're approaching. And Priya, Coco, what's this about?
Sorry, it's just us. Emma and our new kid are taking care of Tiri right now. They're taking her to get medical help upstairs. So sorry, it's just us. We got some reliable information. Do you know who Kernok is? The assassin?
Ooh, let me make. He looks at Molla, and she nods, and I've heard of her.
So she was there when we got Tiri, and she's bad, and I guess they must have traced it back to you somehow, and she's gunning for you. We don't know a lot about her, just that I think Edema was the one that shot her. Edema put a blaster right into her chest, and she got back up like it was nothing.
How do you know she's after me?
We got tipped off by one of our contacts, who I'm not at liberty to reveal. She was asking around for you, and it seems like she wanted payback for what happened at the Black Sun Compound.
And how could they possibly have traced that back to me? That wasn't the job you did for me.
I have no idea.
Oh, sorry. Now I'm forgetting. Yeah, that was a job you did for him. Yeah. Sorry. So how?
We just wanted to let you know.
This.
It couldn't have come from us. We got away clean, 100% clean. We just want to offer our help in any way that we can. We can't do a lot against her specifically ourselves, but if I don't know what your plan is, but if there's any way we can help you out, let us know.
So you're telling me that somehow this assassin has traced this job back to me, but not through you, who are the only people who knew about the job. Are you saying someone leaked someone from my side?
I don't know. I don't know what Tiri said when they. I don't know. I'm not blaming anyone, but I know for a fact it could not have been us.
Yeah, I want to see some kind of role here. Probably sway, but
Super confident.
Huh.
Yeah.
Obviously, is this a group action, or am I assisting you, or?
I think help makes more sense here than making a
Okay.
group action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push too for sure.
Cool.
How am I assisting though?
Yeah, what's your line of argument, or how are you supporting Coco?
Right. Tell me if you're okay with this, Coco, because I figure we would have talked this through beforehand.
Yeah. Good.
But I think what I tell him is that Tiri didn't want anything to come back to Maxa, so she chose
Oh,
to let you be the fall guy.
I love it.
So she was protecting her family. You know, whatever you might think of that, but so that's what I'll throw in there.
Love it. Cool. So it's 3 dice with the push. Ooh, that's a 3.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
That's absolutely terrible.
Well, you add the 2 3s together, right?
Yeah. So it's 6 technically.
Yeah. Wah.
You expect me to believe that Tiri sold me out, and you're basing this on a word of a contact you refuse to tell me who it is? I don't believe a word of this. I don't know why you're trying to trick me into believing that Kernok is after me. Clearly, she's interested in you because you tried to kill her and you stole the person she was guarding. But You're wasting
What-
my time.
If she was after us, why would we? What would we gain? What would we stand to gain from you thinking that she's after you?
Protection, presumably.
Her. No, we're offering to help you with protection. But if you don't want it, that's okay. I just wanted to let you know. So we'll be.
I have a lot less need of protection than you do,
Okay.
assassin or no assassin.
All right. I wish you the best of luck then.
Yeah, this was a waste of time, and he gestures to Mola and his bodyguards, and they start to move out.
Cool.
Was there anything that we could resist on that?
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, sorry, we never did a real consequence. I mean, you fail the roll, and this is kind of the failure. Yeah, I think he's going to cut ties with you as a consequence. That you can resist.
Definitely want to resist that then. And that would probably be with resolve, I guess. So 3 dice again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
4, but you get an
have
extra.
the extra
Oh,
die
4,
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
ability.
Boom, 4 dice. There we go. There's that 6.
Yeah. So
Okay.
no stress, and I think this is Molla catches your eye as they're walking away, and she like try to smooth things over.
Cool.
I hope that
How-
didn't feel too harsh. With
Oh
the,
no, that's great. That's perfect. Yeah. How bad of an idea would it be to try to follow them?
You can see like they pull open these doors. They have like a speeder truck, or sorry, an air speeder waiting outside. So if you're going to follow them, you'll need to quickly steal an air speeder, which might be possible, but it's probably not easy.
What's your aim for it? Buck?
So we would have some place to point the Imperials.
Right. That was the entire point of this. That was the entire point of this.
I also have a tracking droid available. I don't know if that would be, or if I could put a tracker on them. Ooh, that
You
get
could definitely have prepared a track. Yeah, I would charge you a stress for the flashback to where you prepared a tracker that you could plant, or that you planted the tracker on the speeder before you went
I
inside.
like that one. Yeah, that one's good.
So
I'll spend the show for that.
So we have to put something on Tor, right? And then we can track him with the droid. That's what you're saying.
Or on their
That's one
speeder.
way to
So
do
if
it.
their speeder's going back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or if we can get it on Tor,
Well,
even better. Yeah.
Well, what I was imagining though is like as he turns to leave, like I'm trying to make a last ditch effort, so I grab his arm, and he like shakes me off, like because we completely pissed him off. But that's when the tracker went on him, and I can make a finesse roll if you'd like.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay with that.
Okay. We got 1 die in finesse.
And I can help by, like, maybe I was going to put the tracker on him, but I'm not close enough. I'll hand you the tracker or distract him while you're like,
Yeah.
come on, man. I'll spend the stress to help out with that.
Okay, 2 dice. 6.
Nice.
Yeah. You did not want to completely fail that roll, I think.
Yeah.
There was a possibility. There was a possibility.
Yeah, you plan to tracker on him. Boko, you have your tracker droid. It can follow this signal and then return to you and give you the coordinates. I think that's
Great. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, cool. We're coming up on the end of the session. So I think we should end it there. Since you did a mission, we'll have another downtime session. Um, oh,
I got a lot of stress, so I'm very happy to.
yeah. Oh, let me check. I don't think that job affected the status with any factions. You're already at +3 with Maxa. And I
Oh,
don't.
so we were doing a social job. We just didn't do an engagement die roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I meant Etma and Bade's job. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
I
another
don't-
downtime for everyone or just for them?
Just for everyone.
Oh, okay, cool.
The crew did a job, even if the whole crew wasn't on the job.
Awesome. Bonus.
Cool. So let's do XP. For the crew, you did not do a battle, extortion, sabotage, or smash and grab operation. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
I mean, we were dealing. I don't know. We went through street sec territory to get Tiri to the docks.
We kind of had to get chased by them. The rebels are the same tier as us, right? So interacting with them.
No.
Ooh, good
I think the
question.
rebels are a tier above, right? Aren't they above us? Because we were talking about working for Tor.
Yeah, I think they're tier 3.
Yeah,
now.
they're week
For some
3.
reason I can't find
Okay.
them. Oh, I was looking at the wrong place. Yeah, they're tier 3. So that should be worth 1. I don't think you were like contending with StreetSec directly enough for that to count, really.
I accept
but-
that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But one for the rebels, that should definitely count. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Your current reputations are professional, brutal, and loyal.
I feel like Edema maybe bolstered the brutal part of how she threatened that guard. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that works.
And maybe hitting
yeah,
the loyal
because-
for like the whole like everyone's in, right?
Yeah,
No-
yeah.
No one's
That's
leaving.
good. That's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I think that's for the next one, because that's not really. I mean, the rest.
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
That was an internal thing.
Yeah.
If it had worked out with Tor, you would definitely have bolstered your loyal reputation, but now it didn't. So, but I think 1 for the brutal reputation. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? Definitely 1 for the checking if everyone is in. Does anyone want to put up another?
So Bade early on was talking about like, why can't we sell the orbs to the Imperials, right? Like that's who he is or she is. Like she's putting up the ideas that we've already discarded because we're a little more, experienced. And so I thought that was part of the nature of the crew. So I wrote that down.
Yeah, definitely. So you're getting 2 for that. Cool. Let's do the rest in character keeper order. So Etma is first. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion? I think you did.
Yes.
Just the 1, though, I think.
I think just the 1.
Yeah. And I think you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yeah, there was a whole lot about that. So for sure.
Yeah. I think you hit that one twice.
That feels right.
Did you struggle with issues from your bias or trauma?
I feel like oh hey, this guard maybe has made me. I will pull a blaster on him in the middle of the ferry. Might be reckless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is. You should get 1 for that as well. That's 4 total.
Yep. I'm gonna figure out how to apply them shortly.
Boko, did you address the challenge with tracking or violence?
I shot up the street and
And you
well,
tracked
I guess it
four.
was, yeah, tractor. So I'll take that.
Yeah, so that's 2 for that.
Cool.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I think, I don't know if it's double dipping, but like the whole like, Adama, you are not turning yourself in. Like that's,
Oh,
we are
that's so good.
we are gonna take care of each other together. I
Yeah,
feel like that's at least one there.
yeah, I think that's 1.
I don't know if there's any other. That's all I can think of.
I think the other was covered by the crew thing.
Mhm.
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
I was real paranoid at the cop station. Everyone's listening. We got to get out.
Said
Yeah.
every character in Blades ever.
Yeah, but I think you were the one who pushed that. I think you should get them.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's 4 total.
Awesome. Accepted.
Bria, did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion?
The only thing I can think of is the whole riding in the ice truck thing. As being like the stealthy way of getting there instead of just whistling our way down the street. But it wasn't like a roll or anything like that.
And putting the tracker on Tor,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that was pretty stealthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's 1 probably.
Yeah.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Quite a bit, I think. With my kid. Which is kind of double dipping, right? Like I'm getting both stress relief and XP from it, but
No, but those are different. Those are separate things.
yeah.
And you were quite forceful in your discussion with Etema about not giving yourself up.
So that was part of my obsession. Is I'm like, you do not let them win. Like that's my obsessed part. So I think I get 3 total.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay.
Bay, did you address a challenge with theft or innocence?
I think so. I stole the tickets.
Yeah.
And it caused problems.
Yeah, so 1 for that, I think. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I'm not sure I did. Background and heritage would be, coming from the gray mice.
Yeah, I think when you're at the doctor's place, like being worried about getting anything dirty, that totally is that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And kind of, I mean, you knew the way through the warrant, that sort of thing. You had a, yeah, maybe that's a bit. Maybe. Yeah, let's see. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
My vices are pleasure and gambling, so I don't think so. And I don't have a trauma.
Cool. I think bringing up the whole selling the artifact thing, I think that should play into it. That's kind of your background. Like, we have this valuable thing. Why don't we sell it and get the money?
And it also plays into the innocence a little bit as well.
Yeah. We can sell it to the Empire. They'll be happy, and everything will be fine. Yeah. So I think that's 3 total.
Yeah.
And you did take for your Devil's Bargain, right?
I did. Yeah.
Cool. So that's that. That was XP. So Stars and Wishes, do we want to do it on camera or off camera?
Off.
We can do it on camera if everyone's
I heard off.
Off.
Okay.
Off, yeah.
All
camera.
sounds good.
Yeah, okay.
We'll stop recording here.
Goodbye, internet.